Hi everyone, I'm Anisha.
And I'm Samiha.
And today you're joining us for an exclusive interview for Luxurist magazine with the one and only renowned British Asian comedian, Paul Chowdhry. Lovely to have you here today, Paul.
I'm honoured to be here for this magazine.
It's so lovely to have you here. How have you found the photo shoot today? You're obviously dressed in Surrey Cody label. And you know what? I've never seen you styled looking so dapper and suave.
Yeah, you got me pimped up. You got me looking good for the shoot. And you know, people are going to be surprised by the look.
They definitely
are, because you're like a rock star. Like, you were born to do this.
Thanks.
So, were you a model in a previous life?
Yeah, I used to model like hands,
Okay.
rings and stuff. But no, not a
You've
face.
got quite a collection as well.
I've got the face for comedy. I've got a face for radio.
You're actually,
No.
you look very young. You've got very good complexion and everything.
Very
It's
good.
very
I'm
dark in
hugely
here.
impressed. No.
Very good features. I was blown away by you. I've known you for 20 years, and even I was like, you absolutely rocked the shoot today.
Must be more than that.
Yeah, probably
over
even
over
more.
20
No,
years
we're really
now.
giving our ages away, aren't we?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I've known you for like 20 minutes, but you look great.
Yeah, you know, it's going good. It's going good. Look at the outfits.
You look so great. It's a
I
big
could
shout
be the
out
new
to
James
Surrey.
Bond.
You could.
Oh, you could.
You could be the first British Asian.
Do you think
James
we should
Bond.
have
I
an
don't-
Asian
there's never
Should we
James
do a
Bond?
version?
There's never been a James
Right,
Do you
there
Bond.
you
think
go,
we're ready
guys.
for a brown James Bond?
What, James Bond?
James Bond. That's
Yeah,
it.
James
So all
Bond.
producers, directors, if you're listening, then that's it. He's
B
ready to be
U N D.
casted right here. So Paul, it all started for you in 1998. What made you want to go into comedy? What inspired you? Did you ever think you were going to be as successful as you are now?
Who would have known that one day I'd be in some dump in Hounslow?
Why is Hounslow a dump?
Well, you know, there's a lot of catfishing goes on here.
We know about that.
Well,
Yes, we do.
obviously, we can't go into details because I've been threatened to
You've
be
been-
sued.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay. Do you get into trouble a lot?
I don't get into trouble. People start trouble with me.
Did the Sri Lankan community give you a hard time
A few people.
after the Scrabble?
The Sri Lankan government got in touch. And that was from the family-friendly show. That joke and talked about how long the names were. And then I got messages from people all over the world saying, you know, we're really insulted by what you said. And then they sign off the email with, it's like, you've just explained. That's exactly what the joke was.
Do you take it personally when things like
I
that?
take it very personally, yeah. It's
Yeah.
about me.
Yeah. Do you
It's not
cry?
about you, is it?
How'd you cry?
I just, and then I put apology videos.
There's always an apology. Like, when we see the apology on stories, we know Paul's done something
Don't
wrong.
you cry when you apologise?
I don't apologise.
You see, this is how I'm a nice guy. You see, I go,
Are you saying I'm not a nice woman?
You're not a nice guy.
Okay. I'm not.
You're not a nice guy. Definitely not a nice guy.
But I don't do anything I think that I need to apologise for in the first place. I think
That's what I thought. But then
I'm
people
quite
were-
PC.
Are you?
Forgive the pun.
I'm very PC.
Yeah, but
Nothing
only,
I've said
only
is
by
arrogant.
You
your
are
initials.
actually PC by
I am very.
initials.
I'm PC, and
Yeah.
nothing I say is actually offensive. But people, this is comedy.
Yeah.
I could go out and say Hounslow's a dump, right, which is actually accurate. But people will take offence to that.
They will, because
Because they
they're
don't
really
think
proud
it
of
is.
it.
They're proud of
People
it.
live there.
What?
People live there.
I thought they just fly planes across it. I thought it's like a runway.
But it's beautiful,
No,
isn't
you
it,
know
when you
it's
wake up in the
not
morning?
because it's near Heathrow Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to work there, didn't you?
I still do.
Is it?
And I live there.
So Paul, tell everybody who wants to see, your story and hear more about it. How did it all begin for you?
The story began in the mid-1970s, and then years later I became a comedian, and mid-98 there was no real opportunities for us in the entertainment business at that point, apart from being an Asiana magazine or something like that. That's when I met you.
Yeah, you
It
did.
was a women's magazine. And
It
I
was.
said,
And you were a bachelor.
Yeah,
And you're still bachelor, are you?
thanks. It clearly didn't work. I was one of the most eligible bachelors.
He really was.
Top 100. It was the early incarnation of Chowdhry.com. So if you were an Asian single bachelor, I'm not sure what happened to all those guys.
Some of them got married.
Is it?
And they met people through that bachelor shoot back then.
Unbelievable. Didn't
Yeah.
work for me though, did
Didn't
it?
work for you.
And I was the most successful.
You were the most successful.
You know what I mean?
And you were voted the most successful.
Do you
as
think
well.
people find their success intimidating?
My success.
Yes. It must be quite nerve-wracking, like dating a comedian.
Is it?
I
never
don't
get-
know.
I
I've
You
never
never
dated
know
a
what
comedian.
version they're going to get of you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you dated a comedian?
I haven't. I'd find it too nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to be doing jokes all the time.
I
You've
know,
got to
but
wind down sometimes.
Yes.
And how do you wind down? Like, tell all the ladies that are watching, like, what's it
Ladies
like
watching?
First of all,
dating
are
Paul
you single?
Chowdhry?
If the ladies are watching, it's 07956.
You're going to get stalked now, fully. Fully going to get
Oh,
stalked.
the old 07956.
So is there a lucky lady?
Several.
Okay.
No, I can't say.
Can't say that. I was gonna say something.
You're going to get in trouble for that one again.
No, I mean at the moment, let's. I'm just, see what happens. Going on dates.
I'm sure they will slide into your DMs.
Yeah, but normally the ones that slide into your DMs are dudes. They're really busted dudes. Nothing against dude on dude action.
No,
If you're into that.
no, I'm not. But
Well, woman on dude, or woman on woman.
I'm not into
Even though
that.
people think we're lesbians.
Yeah, they do.
Nothing wrong with lesbians. I'm a big fan of lesbians. My favourite category.
And bisexuals come to your show as well now.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of sexual people come
Yes.
to the shows. At one point, something happened with them sexually, which is why they were here today.
Do you have an opinion on the non-binary people?
I have non-opinion on that. I have non-opinion. But as Trump said, there's two genders now.
Male
Man and
and
female.
female. Yeah, he
What
did.
are you going to do now?
He's got a huge backlash from that.
Yeah. Who? Trump? I don't
Yeah.
think Trump cares about that.
No, he really
I
doesn't.
think
He
he thrives
doesn't.
on it.
Uncancelable. How do you identify?
As female, definitely.
It's a bit old-fashioned.
Asian female. I am old-fashioned.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
There's 177 genders now. You know that?
Is that?
Yeah, in this room.
How
in
many of them are you?
Hounslow, they created a new gender.
Oh, did they? What was that gender?
Men female.
So if you weren't a comedian, what career path would you have taken?
I probably would have been like in this jacket, like smoking cigars in some dingy men's gentleman's club. Look at this.
You look so
Do you not
super
like
suave
it? I
in the
think you
Southern
look great.
Korean outfit.
Is it not a bit of you?
I look like a pimp.
Well, you're a pet.
Like an
You just
Indian
said you got
pimp.
7 ladies, so
Well, no.
makes sense.
I wish I'd 7 ladies. In Saudi Arabia, you can have 5.
That's true.
5.
That's true.
I feel like he should be a politician because he's not actually answering any of our questions fully. He's just like
Giovanna has a
backtracking.
weekend,
I have noticed that.
You never answer a question
Really?
as a comedian.
This is just going to be a
Unless
really
it's with another question.
Yeah, I answer a
fun
question with a
interview
question.
then. So, your amazing
I'll throw
tour
this
is...
away.
Yeah, show me. Show us through it.
Keep
Get
it. What is it?
So your amazing tour's coming out, the first biggest tour, I would say, till date, Englandia. Did I say it right? Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
What inspired the name Englandia?
I just released Family Friendly Comedian over Christmas, hosted live at the Apollo on the BBC, and then I thought, then they released Live in It, was the one before that. I took to Wembley Arena, and I thought, what's a new theme, and what's happening in the world at the moment? Comedy is a reflection of my life and the journey. Over 2.5 decades, I talked about what I've been going through, and where is my life today? What's identity? Identity politics is a big thing now. So, being born in England, and my family from India, I created this title, Englandia. Obviously, you would be Bangladesh.
But she's not Bengali.
Yeah, I'm not. But
What?
that's alright. I'm not offended. It's a compliment.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought
I'm not. No, I'm
So you're
not.
Bengali?
No. I'm not. Why would you think that?
Because you look Bengali.
Do I? Thanks.
So tell us more about the tour. It starts in March. It's the biggest UK tour you've done till date. Obviously after live at Apollo and then obviously Wembley Arena. And this is going to be your first debut at the O2. Are you excited?
I've done the O2 like 4 or 5 times now, but I did it for the Great Ormond Street Hospital when I did PK, Lee Evans at the time, Actually, PK was on that. Lee Evans was doing that, McIntyre, all the guys. It was a big showcase for Channel 4, so I did that, but not as my own
Your
show.
own. Woo woo.
This is me.
Yeah.
It's being sold
Solo.
on my name. I've done Wembley, and my promoter said you need to go up. You don't get bigger than this. I'm going up against Taylor Swift.
This is huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
And we are so proud of you.
You know what I mean?
And
'Cause
congratulations.
Taylor Swift is getting worried about my ticket
She
sales.
should be.
She should. Because your ticket sales are probably going through the roof right now.
I've sold about as many tickets as she sells, like in one show. So she's getting worried.
Well, we know so many people that are really, really excited to see you at the O2. What can everyone expect? Are you writing new content,
not just the
new
O2
material? It's
though.
everywhere.
You're going everywhere,
It's
aren't you?
Leicester, you're in Birmingham, you're in Manchester.
Aylesbury.
Everywhere, yeah.
We will be
Manchester,
sharing all the tour dates,
all the dates,
definitely
Manchester,
with you
Apollo,
guys.
Birmingham Arena, doing the 2 arenas, and then, I mean, Ireland, everywhere, all over the country. I've just come back from America. I toured family friendly out there, all across America, New York, Chicago, Boston, Toronto. I was the first British comic to do a full show in Saudi Arabia.
Wow. And
By
how
the
was
royal
that
fa-
received?
The royal family booked me to perform out there. So, yeah, a couple of princesses came.
Did they slide into your DMs?
Mashallah.
And how did they receive it?
Great.
Right.
I love Saudi Arabia. And I launched the Riyadh season when Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou. And then I was the comic they booked, and the other comic from America was Kevin Hart.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what's
Big
happened to
name.
his, yeah, his career. I remember I opened the show at Brixton Academy in 2007. No one knew who he was in. And then I've never heard from him since.
Which comedians inspired you when you were, starting off in the industry, would you say?
You know, when I was, before comedy, I used to go to these cassette tapes. You probably won't remember these. Used to be these little cassettes you put in like a tape recorder and then listen to.
My mum and dad still have one of
Really?
those. Yeah,
He
the old
thinks that I'm
vintage
really
one.
young.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
They still have it, and my
I
dad
was
won't
around
check
when
it.
Betamax was playing, so yeah.
Who used to beat you? Max.
Yeah, Max. He
to the max.
made my life.
Beat you, Max.
Yeah.
And then, I used to listen to the tapes, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, then I used to get CD, Sam Kinison, George Carlin, a lot of Americans. Because in this country, in the 80s, comedy was quite primitive, and we were the brunt of people's punchlines. Like they used to use racial abuse towards us, and those were funny.
Yeah.
We used to have to laugh it off in the
Like
break.
on the buses and all that, all
Yeah.
the shows and Mind Your Language and everything.
And we used to be like, almost funny caricatures of ourselves, which is quite hard to grow up to. And now people say, how come you can get away with what I get away with sometimes? They think I have free reign. But the only reason it works is because it's a response to what we had to face against for so many years. It's only funny because we were the brunt of the joke they've had a good reign, the racists.
Yeah.
They've had a lot, let me get a response in now and again, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm honoured to have so many loyal fans that come tour after tour. I write new content every show, and alhamdulillah, people come, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're like amazing. Your fans. Like
They
truly
love you. You do. Have you had any kind of unique experiences with a fan? Whether they've,
I'm
whether
not
they've
sure I
seen
can
you.
discuss that on camera. It's going to be a bit...
Did they like yell swear words out to you
Oh,
on the
yeah.
street?
Like,
Yeah,
I don't-
How's your mate Dave?
Yeah, they shout out Dave stuff, they shout out Punjabi swear words at me.
Do you get like? How do you handle it?
I just have to go and fight them. So,
Do you win?
Yeah, you know, sometimes the 10, 15 people have to Bruce Lee them all, roundhouse kicks and stuff. It's fun, tiger uppercuts.
Do you ever get nervous before you go on stage? And how do you prepare yourself mentally?
You know, backstage, I don't actually go out and look too much. I try to remain calm and focused and centered, because if you go out there and if you're in the foyer and you see the amount of people out there, you wouldn't be able to go out there then perform to them. It just gets into your head, so you have to just treat like you're performing to a couple of people.
Do you have like a ritual or like lucky chuddies or anything?
Lucky chuddies.
No, I change them every day, my judges.
Okay.
Thank God.
I don't.
But you don't have like showtime chuddies or anything?
No, you know, I just keep wear the thong and get out there.
And rituals? Do you
Rituals.
like Tony Robbins does all that breathing and stuff? Or
Yeah, no, I do breathe before the show.
Do you breathe during the show?
I just breathe during the show. And
Okay.
then I breathe. I'm actually, you won't know this, but I'm breathing now.
Really?
I'm breathing.
It's
I
impressive.
hide it. I kind of hide it sometimes.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if you were
You wouldn't
breathing
even know
or
if I'm
not. No.
breathing. Sometimes I breathe. Breathing is a good thing.
What's the South Asian dish you would advise everyone to not have before coming to your comedy show?
Well, I'd say any South Asian, especially if the English people can't, because there are a lot of them when they come to my shows. They go out for a curry first.
Yeah.
And then
And the vindaloo in particular.
And I seem to be the entertainment as a part of that evening. I'm not quite sure why the two linked. Like, why am I the part of the curry?
You're
Maybe they can go to
You're
your
the
restaurant
mains.
I don't have a restaurant anymore.
in Brook Lane.
Yeah, I'll get extra oil in, shall I?
That's one of my jokes. Good callback.
I know, I'm using it.
Good callback. They might not have seen that joke.
And so where else have you been touring around the world, and one country you haven't been to that you would love to go to?
You know, Saudi Arabia, they say, was the hardest feat in terms of going out there and conquering Saudi Arabia, because comedy's such a new thing there. So I don't know if there's, I want to go to, I've been to countries all over the world, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Trinidad, Tobago, when I was just started, 30,000 people out there. I mean, I want to go to countries and perform to local people. Anywhere I go, I don't want to go, when you go out and you have expats there, which is a term for white people who move to other countries. They're not immigrants, by the way. White people aren't immigrants, they're expats. Whereas we're immigrants, right? So they get a bit, like you are an immigrant.
Yes,
right?
from Bangladesh apparently,
Yeah,
from
so,
the sweatshop.
yeah, so it's, wherever I go, I want to perform to local. If I go to Bangladesh, I want to see you there.
Okay,
That.
but you don't want to see that because I'll be an expat technically now. Or will I be repatriated?
Yeah. Well,
So you're all right with repatriate?
Yeah, when they send you back,
Okay.
I'll come perform.
All right, I'll let you know when I'm getting deported.
And then do you think the world is ready for a British desi James Bond like yourself?
I think I could be the new James Bond.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do the gadgets look like? What gadgets would you have if you were the British Asian James Bond?
Well, if they do a shaken not stirred, it would be like a masala chai.
I love that.
Yeah,
Like that.
shaken not stirred.
Okay.
That's the
Is that the size?
no, that's the drink,
Oh, okay.
not the lamb.
Shaken, not served.
What's
Shaken
that?
not stirred. And what would be the first, if someone wrote a South Asian instruction manual for life, what would be the first what would be the first rule in your book, in your manual book?
In terms of how to,
Be South Asian.
Be South Asian.
I think just breathe. I think you have to breathe. I'd recommend that. You've given me a good tip today.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
there you go.
Breathe.
Breathe. Do you do meditation, yogas, Pilates? And what does Paul get up to in his spare time?
But you know,
His hobbies.
I go to the gym a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, you
I
know,
can see it, yeah.
You've seen the apps
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
No, people don't expect me to be ripped.
No, you're quite ripped.
I'm more ripped than people half my age.
I thought it was Photoshop.
You look
It's not
amazing.
Photoshopped.
I genuinely thought it was
Everyone
Photoshop.
thought it was photoshopped. It was AI. But I'm not an artificial Indian. I'm actually ripped,
It's
Do you go
quite
regularly?
impressive, yeah.
shredded. You know. But
Do you have like a personal trainer? Or are you
Do it
like-
myself.
Are you really disciplined then?
Indian people don't pay for personal trainers.
They just get like YouTube videos.
Yeah,
and
but
follow
then
them.
how much would be, you know, their parents would be furious if they were to pay for someone else to help them work out. We were working out in India for free. We weren't getting people to train us.
And and what do you think about the whole obsession with South Asians with discounts? Do you think it's actually just in their genes, or do you think South Asians just love a good discount?
Well, when I was growing up, I thought discount was a Punjabi word. I didn't know discount was an English word, because all I'd ever heard was Indian people. Discount, I thought it was pronounced.
Okay.
So I didn't even actually know discount. It was in the English dictionary. So we love a discount.
We do.
Have you given a discount for your tickets?
I don't really do the tickets. So people come to me and say, I'm going to give you money.
No
for the
discounts.
ticket. But if you're a student,
Do they say like I'll give you cash? Can you give me like?
yeah.
Well, buy one, get one free.
Yeah, if you're if you're a student or if you've got any passes or anything, there's no discounts.
Full price. No, fixed price.
Fixed price.
That's what.
Well,
it's called.
Or
people-
price.
People think I'm
Food.
doing this as a hobby.
Yeah.
They think I do comedy as a hobby and go to venues and it's just a laugh. But these venues aren't cheap.
No, they're not.
You take a risk when you. So if nobody turns up, you're a lot of money in debt. So
You've had sold out shows at Hammersmith Apollo. I've seen you at your Hammersmith Apollo shows, and I've also seen you at your intimate comedy shows. Which ones do you prefer? Do you prefer the intimate ones, you know, or do you prefer doing the big stage ones?
you know, at the moment I'm writing the show in intimate clubs and capping the shows a couple of hundred people just to write the show and get it ready. When it's ready, then I go out to many people. It's like, you know, when you date one person, and when you're ready,
You date them all.
yeah,
All right.
then you go.
Now you're giving me good tips.
Yeah,
on
you
that.
go to
Thank
big
you.
orgies and stuff.
Okay.
Oh
I'll
dear,
remember
now we know
that.
what he gets up to in his spare time.
There's no Indian orgies. It's just about
There is
Is it?
actually, yeah.
In Bangladesh?
No, in
Is it?
in the UK.
How do you know
yeah.
about this?
Yeah, because
How do you know about
I run a
this?
group which has quite a lot of like
Oh,
information. And
thanks
stuff
for the
on
invite.
it. Yeah.
Not
Not
that
an
kind of
orgy
group. It's
Just
a
a
South
chat
Asian
group,
Facebook
but people
group.
talk about it.
Is it?
Yeah. There you go. And
Whereabouts
they talk
is
about him too, don't they?
Yeah, Edgware.
It's in Edgware.
Yeah.
I was born
With
in
the
Edgware.
pamplemousse grass
Really?
outside. Yeah, like the key clubs.
Just for research purposes, can you send me the details?
Sure.
And I don't know if many of you know, but Paul, you've also done a bit of dabbling in acting as well, because you were in the series Devils.
Devils with Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
2 seasons,
Yeah.
which is a global drama.
Are you going to continue to explore?
I've done
As an
bits,
actor?
Cruella with Emma Stone,
Yeah.
Disney film. Lots of acting. I did The Cleaner, Helen Bonham Carter and Greg Davis. Bits like that. But
You think you're going to try making your debut
I-
in Bollywood?
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do more Bollywood stuff now.
Really?
Yeah, I want to do more Bollywood stuff, dance around trees and shit.
Go to the homeland where you
Yeah.
feel comfortable.
And if I'm trying to learn some Bengali now, so if you know any contacts, I can.
Yeah. You'd be amazing in like Bangladeshi films, I
Oh.
think. They would love you.
And
Oh, really?
South Indian cinema.
Yeah. You've got the look.
We've got the connects.
I've got the Bengali look,
I'm going to get you casted right
Got
now.
the clothes.
got the clothes.
Got it all.
So obviously you are gracing our the cover of Luxurist magazine as our first male celebrity. How does it feel?
Well,
That special moment.
It's such an honour because I don't identify as a male anymore. So if you just told me how to identify, I could have just been the first female.
Just breathe.
Yeah, just breathe.
Yeah.
That's all you got to keep doing.
What an honour to be on the front cover, finally.
Finally.
Didn't
So
make the
exciting.
Asiana cover.
Well, you made the Luxurist one though.
Yeah.
It's definitely more
It's much
special.
more luxury.
That's because
When it
Alicia
comes.
has full creative control here.
There
Exactly.
you go.
But I was in it a lot.
He
can't
was featured in it a
put
lot.
Asiana magazine, and I think this is the future. This is the step forward. This
Thank-
magazine is where things are going now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And it's digital.
And it's
And it
digital.
appeals to everyone.
So you
men and
move
women.
with the times, you see.
Yes,
A lot of people don't move
yes.
with the times,
Yeah.
and they stay in the rut, and they don't progress with their careers. And it's like a comedian who doesn't put content out online, and they expect people to still come to their shows. You've got to move with the times, same as this.
And do you feel the pressure of always producing content for your social media? You're great with your sketches and, do you feel the pressure of always having to be visible and producing lots of content?
Yeah, I've been doing it since, I remember when YouTube turned up. For the first part of my career, there was no internet in terms of, and then Facebook turned up, and then videos, people started uploading. And I like to do that and create sketches or little stand-up clips. I improvise a lot, so I just put things out there. I enjoy putting it out there. Different, you're not going to get what you see online in a live show. Live show is the live experience. There's no experience like it. When you're in that room, it's a shared experience. It's not these little bitty clips, and you don't feel the energy. Comedy is a real live experience, and there's nothing like watching music as well. When you're in the room, you're going to be moved by the show.
Yeah. Different energy.
Different.
You always have us in stitches as well. So
Can I just ask about your parents, rest their souls?
Yeah.
They're lovely people, but do you remember what they said when you said you wanted to be a comedian?
Well, I was always supported by my family.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how did the conversation come about?
There was, I was pushed into entertainment. Well, not pushed, but I was entertainment was something that my family were open to, and I wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for them.
And did the extended family kind of say,
Some extended
what are
family.
you doing?
Yeah, I mean, what's it to them? I think in life you've got to do what inspires you. You're living your own life, whatever it is, whether it's relationships or your own personal life or your career. You're living your life. Don't live your life through someone else's lens, because you're never going to be happy in yourself.
That's true.
So no matter what, we don't know how long we're on this earth for. Today's only guaranteed. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? You know as well as I do that that's you learn as you get older. We're lucky to be here from one day to the next. So just follow your dream in life, because you just don't know what. And if you don't do it, you're going to be unhappy. And people don't follow those dreams.
Yeah.
it's so true.
But look what happens when you do.
Exactly.
I mean, it's amazing what you've accomplished.
Well,
Genuinely.
I
I'm
just
so proud of you.
continue to work day by. This is my job, but it's in my blood as well. So I don't see it as, I'm just lucky to be where I am, if I would be going on stages even if I wasn't getting paid.
Oh,
Just
that's so
love.
lovely.
And I knew your mom and dad personally, Paul, and I know they'd be so, so proud of you. And especially with this amazing, doing solo debut at O2. They'll be with you in spirit completely. So well done for following your dreams.
Well, thanks. We don't see the ups and downs
No, we don't.
of life and what we've been through. There's backstory to where people think they only see what's on the surface and the face today, but no one knows what's going on behind someone's eyes.
Do you find it difficult to carry on producing stuff when you must have days when, you must miss them all the time?
Well, there was time, I cancelled, prolonged the tour and the dates were moved and I was in a dark place for a few years. But I'm trying to come out of that now. I've kind of come out of it slightly and now I'm back, hopefully. I'm back from the dead.
That's so good. I'm so glad that you are, and I think both your parents actually really loved life and were very happy and very outgoing and incredibly
Because I had two moms as well.
I do, I knew one of them.
So at the age of 5, I was 4 or 5 years old, my first mum, and then I was lucky to have a second mum. And what happened, backstory, wasn't supposed to happen, but we're here today, and we've got to live every day as it comes to fulfill their dreams as well.
Exactly.
If you give up, then you're dishonouring them.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you.
Beautifully said.
Beautifully said.
And what does luxury mean to you?
Luxury means just having a roof over your head and being able to eat. I'm not into the high life in terms of pimping it up and showing off your riches or anything. You've got to be humble in life. You don't know where you are one day to the next, and as long as you can eat good food, stay healthy, and just try and be nice to your fellow human beings. Make other people laugh, really.
And that's what you do, and you do it so well. And thank you so much for sharing your story, gracing our cover as our first male celebrity. And we are rooting for you. Can't wait to see your show. So guys, if you've not bought the tickets yet for Paul Chowdhry's Englandia tour, UK tour, the biggest of 2025, make sure you guys go onto the website. Where can they buy the tickets for?
PaulChowdhry.com, and buy the tickets direct from my site, because a lot of people are now selling. No, they're selling them. They're selling them on
resale.
touts.
Yeah. Oh wow!
So directly from you, so you get all the commission.
I don't get the commission.
Okay.
See, sometimes people buy. There's a lot of staff.
He just gets the payment, like the whole.
Yeah, people think they turn up at a venue and they think, oh, Paul's making all this money. It doesn't work that way. You get a sum of the money. You don't get all the money. There's lots of staff. There's lots of people behind the scenes that make this happen. I couldn't do it on my own at this level. You can do it on your own to a certain level. When you get past that, you need good people around you. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's a big job.
Buy officially from Paul Chowdhry's website, and
that will direct you to the proper sites.
There you go.
Not Viagogo. Viagogo will charge you. They'll.
So are people like buying your tickets to resell them? Are you like a hot commodity then?
Well, there's a company, the Viagogo. They're known. They're ticket tout sites that Ed Sheeran has spoken out against, because they buy the tickets at cost price. They'll have bots that buy them and then they'll sell them at 10 times the price, because they know they can buy the first few rows with their computers on the bots. And
does that massage your ego a little bit on the side?
Well,
that people are willing to pay 10 times.
Yeah, but I'd rather they didn't, you see, because my comedy is inclusive. So no matter who you are, I want you to be able to afford to get into my shows. So I don't come from money, so I want people to inspire people that of any economic background. So when I look at the front row and I say, how much are your tickets? And I had a couple, and I said, it's £500. So they paid £250 a ticket, and they were like £20 each.
Wow.
And I said, well, I could have called you a banjo from the back instead of from the front. Do you know what I mean? You basically, well, why do you do that? Because they don't want to sit at the back.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. We do have to wind up now.
Right, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh, thanks.
And guys, check out our new cover, a January edition, and make sure you go and see the Englandia tour. Thanks, Paul. Bye.
Godafis.